Okay, we shall start the class now. So in a previous class, we discussed on the concept of temperature stresses in a rigid payment. So in that direction, uh, we discussed with two temperature stresses. So there are two things which are affecting the payment stress. One is due to daily variation, the other is due to seasonal variation. Okay, so I told you one way of solving wheel load stress is through Westergaard's equation. The other way is to we can use the certain charts from IRC 37 and we can calculate the edge load stress as well as corner load stress. Okay, so only two stresses can be calculated through design charts. Okay, one is through edge and another is through corner. There is no chart available for finding out interior stress. Okay, so this you need to remember. We have a problem here. A CC payment of thickness 20 centimeter. Please remember this is to calculate wheel load stress. Okay, uh, a CC payment of thickness 20 centimeter rest over a WVM base course with modulus of reaction 30 kg per centimeter cube. Find the load stresses at the edge and corner regions under a load of 5100 kg with IRC charts, stress charts. Okay, so these are the given data. Thickness of the slab is given, H value is given, K value is given, modulus of subgrade reaction that is 30 kg per centimeter cube, and wheel load is also given, that is 5100 kg. And one thing will remain constant here is the value of A. A is nothing but your radius of contact made by the wheel, that will be taking as a 15 centimeter. Okay, so this is the problem. So how this problem can be solved to obtain the edge wheel load stress as well as corner wheel load stress through design chart. So in your WhatsApp group, I shared the chart that just refer the same thing. Just a second, I'll just share the chart and how we can solve the problem. We'll understand. Uh, can you see the chart here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, this is to find out edge load stress, wheel load stress. Okay. Now, the criteria here is in order to refer this chart, there are some values here which are constant. Okay. Like wheel load will be 5100 kg. So there will be no change in wheel load if when you are referring this chart, as well as the value of E. E is nothing but modulus of elasticity of concrete. This value will not change. Mu will remain same, that is 0.15. Only change will be getting is the value of K. Either it will be 30, 15, 10, 8 or 6. Okay. So we have different curves which represent the modulus of subgrade reaction. Okay, and your y-axis of the chart is represented by edge load stresses in kg per centimeter square, and your x-axis is represented by slab thickness h in centimeters. Okay, so this is how we need to refer this chart. Now, whatever the problem was, the given thickness of the slab was 20 centimeter. Okay, and wheel load is, just a second. Now here 20 centimeter is the slab thickness, and what is the value of K? K value is 30 kg per centimeter cube. Okay, so referring this thickness of 20 centimeter, you can just extend this x-axis and cut this 30 centimeter and extend towards y-axis. So your edge stress will be in between 20 and 25. It is nearer to 20, so you can obtain as 22 kg per centimeter square edge load for the given condition. Okay, so this is to find out for edge load stress. And next chart is represented by slab thickness, uh, represented by corner load stress. Okay, so your x-axis again is represented by your thickness of the slab, and your y-axis is represented by y-axis is represented by corner load stress. Okay, so 20 is the thickness of the slab, just extend it, and our K value is given as 30 kg per centimeter cube. Just cut this curve and you will get your corner stress little bit higher than 25, so you can adopt it as 25.5 or 26 as your corner load stress in kg per centimeter square. So this is how we can also calculate wheel load stress using IRC design chart. So you need to remember, it is only we can calculate that is the edge load stress as well as corner load stress. Is it clear? So this parameters remain same, like what I told is P will be 5100 if you want to refer this chart. Okay, if the data is given with 4000, then I can't refer IRC design chart. So they specifically mention uh, uh, that you need to calculate wheel load stress using IRC design chart. When they mention IRC design chart, then P will be 5100 and E will be 3 into 10 raised to 5. Okay, and your K value will be from 30 to 6. So in between this some value other than 12, if it is there, then you can interpolate the values over there, but it will be with respect to these 5 curves which are being given in the design chart. Okay, so thickness will vary. Okay, based on varying thickness I get different corner stresses. With varying K value, I'll be getting different corner stress or edge load stress. I hope I have made the things clear how to refer the design chart. If you have any doubt, let me clarify the things. Is it clear how to refer this? Students, is it clear? Shall I,
Yes, sir.
shall I proceed, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So wheel load stress is with respect to two methods. One is through Westergaard equation. The other is through the design charts. Okay. So these are two ways wherein you can calculate the wheel load stress. Okay. So in yesterday's class, I discussed on temperature stresses, the two temperature stresses with respect to the daily variation and with respect to seasonal variation. The concept I explained you. I'll be just sharing that PDF. Okay. Yeah. Just quickly we'll brush up what we discussed. So temperature stresses, Westergaard's concept, how he analyzed the temperature stresses with respect to the CC slab. So one is daily variation. So when there is variation in temperature due to daily condition, that is during daytime, the top portion of the slab is heated up, and during night time it is vice versa. Okay, because of this phenomena there will be wrapping of the slab upwards or downwards. Okay, so there will be stress which will be developed, that is known as wrapping stresses, which is caused due to daily variation. Okay, then when there is overall temperature rise in the CC slab panels, or there is overall drop in the CC slab panels due to variation in the seasons. Okay, that is known as seasonal variation. Because of this, the slab expands or it contracts. So because of this phenomena of expansion and contraction, there will be frictional stress which will be developed. So for that, we need to calculate the frictional stress which is developed. Okay, so in coming numericals, we will be discussing about that. We shall solve some. Just a second, I have some problem with this laptop. Yeah, as I was discussing, temperature thus produce two types of stresses in CC payment. That is wrapping stresses, which is caused due to daily variation, and there is frictional stress, which is developed due to seasonal variation. Okay, so wrapping stresses is again given for critical load positions. That is for interior loading. This is the equation we need to refer. Okay, yesterday I discussed these equations. For edge, there are two equations. We need to take one which is higher among these two. Okay, then this equation is for uh, corner loading. Okay, we shall solve a problem on wrapping stresses. Uh, Determine the wrapping stresses at interior, edge, and corner regions in a 25 centimeter thick concrete pavement with transverse joints at 11 meters interval and longitudinal joints at 3.6 meter intervals. The modulus of subgrade reaction K is given by 6.9 kg per centimeter cube, and assume the temperature difference for day conditions to be 0.6 centigrade per centimeter slab thickness. Okay, assume radius of loaded, the value of A is been given, that is 15 centimeter, for computing wrapping stresses at the critical load positions. Okay, so additional data, small value of E is given as 10 into 10 raised to minus 6 uh, uh, per degree Celsius, and E value, that is modulus of elasticity of concrete, is given by 3 into 10 raised to 5 kg per centimeter cube, and mu is 0.15. Okay, so with the help of those Westergaard's wrapping equation, we need to find out the uh, interior, edge, and corner regions for corner regions. Okay, so first we need to calculate the value of relative stiffness. Okay, so we know we have a relative stiffness equation which is given by EH cube divided by 12K 1 minus mu square whole raised to 1 by 4. So using that equation, I have directly found out this value which comes 87.2. Okay, so this value is not given in the question. We need to find out, first we need to find out what is the radius of relative stiffness. Again, I'll repeat, this will be calculated using the formula EH cube divided by 12K 1 minus mu square whole raised to 1 by 4. Okay, so substitute all these values. K value is been given, and all H value is been given, thickness of the slab, everything is given. Just substitute and find out this radius of relative stiffness. Okay, now the next important part in calculating wrapping stress would be finding out the value of Cx and Cy. Okay, so in order to find out Cx and Cy, we need to refer a chart for this. Okay, so I'll just, so this is a chart in order to find out the value of Cx and Cy. Those are nothing but wrapping stress coefficients. Okay, so in your y-axis of this chart, it is represented by Cx and Cy. Okay, you can refer here. Y-axis, the values of Cx and Cy, and your x-axis is represented by value of Lx by L and Ly by L. So here L, small l is on the denominator and Lx is on the numerator of the equation. So Lx and Ly by L we need to find out. So I'll just refer in this problem what we have found out. Cx is equal to Lx by L. So in the data you can see uh, concrete pavement with transverse joints at 11-meter interval. Okay, so your Ly is represented by 11 meters. Okay, so wherein your one joint and the next joint is at a distance of 11 meters. So we need to understand Lx will be 11 meters. That's why we have taken it as 11. Okay, so that meters, it is in meters, they have converted into centimeters. So we have found out the value of L, that is relative stiffness, that is 87.2 centimeters. So just divide these values, we will get 12.61. Likewise, Cy will be Ly by L. So Ly here is represented by the longitudinal joint spacing. So it is spaced at 3.6 meters. I have converted that into centimeters. So it will be 360 centimeters divided by 87.2, which is the value of the relative stiffness. So I get 12.61 and I get, you just divide this, you get one value. So referring these values in the chart, we shall go to the chart now. So in order to find the Cx and Cy, we found out Lx by L. What is the value of Lx by L? So Lx by L is 12.61. Okay. So just refer 12.61, which comes somewhere here, and cut this curve, and I get the Cx value. Similarly, Ly by L, you find out the value, cut this curve, and find the corresponding Cy value. So for referring this chart, I'll be getting the Cx and Cy value. So Cx value I got 1.03. I'll just show how it came. So 12.61 I cut here. I just extend it on the y-axis. Somewhere here I get this value. Okay, so this value I adopted as Cx value. Correspondingly, Cy value will be calculated. I hope you got how to find out Cx and Cy value using the wrapping stress coefficient chart. Okay, and correspondingly, directly I have written the values over here. I substitute these Cx, Cy, and L values in these equations. Okay, so at interior E, E, T, all these values are being given. This Cx value we calculated mu, Cy value we have calculated divided by 1 minus mu square. When I substitute all these values, I get the interior loading as 25.61 kg per centimeter square, and correspondingly you just substitute the values and get the edge loading and corner load. You can, after this class, you can just solve this problem and get these values. Okay, so this is how we find out the wrapping stresses using the design chart. Okay, any doubts you have how to calculate? You have any doubts till now referring the charts? Yeah, is it clear? Is it clear? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Any doubts? Either you are understanding everything or you are not understanding anything.
No doubt.
No doubts?
No, sir.
Abhilash, come in.
Yeah, no doubt, sir.
No doubts? Understanding? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Vishwat, Vipin, Vivek, I hope whatever I am telling is clear to you people.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So this is how we need to calculate the wrapping stresses for temperature. Okay. So till now we have discussed on wheel load stresses by Westergaard's equation, and we have discussed how to calculate wheel load stresses using design chart. Only criteria here is we can't calculate interior stress, but we can calculate edge stress and corner stress using design chart. And then in today's lecture we discussed how to calculate the wrapping stresses using Westergaard's equations. So these are the Westergaard's equations to calculate the wrapping stresses at interior, corner and edge region. So in that new components come like Cx and Cy comes into picture, wherein we can refer this chart. So this chart will be given to you. So this chart is wrapping stress coefficient. On y-axis we can get Cx and Cy. So using the values of Lx by L, Ly by L, again here small l is represented by relative stiffness. You need to remember that. Once I get this value, referring this values here, I can cut this curve and find out the corresponding Cx and Cy values. Okay, so this is how we calculate the wrapping stresses. And then the next thing we have is the frictional stress. So I think frictional stress I'll be taking in the next class, that is on Monday. I'll be engaging this, and after this I'll be going for calculation of combination of wheel load, wrapping stress and frictional stress. So it will be the combination of all these stresses. So that is also important from exam point of view. So in the next class, I hope you people attend, and if not, if you have any emergency, then you can always go through these videos which I am posting in YouTube, the same lectures. Okay, so next class, please go through this combination of stresses and equation of frictional stress. Okay, so we shall discuss on this concept. So if you have any doubts, you can ask, or else we can we'll stop the session today. Thank you for attending.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.